Some never come. Road trips and shotguns. Sunshine on my skin. Smile is kicking in. Jumping everywhere. It's nice 'cause summer's on my mind.
啲父母一日咧都行到練車九十八。
Baby, roll me up, take a hit, smoke my love till you miss it. I think that I can get you addicted. Take me like you're taking something illicit.
Vamos a visitar Moray, las salineras y el centro poblado de Maras probablemente. ¿Ya? Y
我哋而家喺邊度啊？
呢個地方叫 Chinchero， 喺西班牙文嘅意思係彩虹嘅意思，彩虹嘅聲音好似係。
好啦，而家唔知點解佢突然之間停埋一邊。阿伯卡，
佢哋大家做緊生意。
捕風捕風。睇捕風，一頭霧水。搭車，我哋好似一頭霧水咁追佢，俾咗錢就上車。
好似帶埋係一間布做嘅
布係咪？
做嘅，即係布多謝衫。
哦，
咁我睇同埋要帶埋幾多？
好啦。Hello， Hello， 佢哋好 Q 啊！
veremos si tenemos los 5 años. That is the airport. That is the we are building over. Por favor, pase por acá. Por ejemplo, aparentemente está pues en el idioma quechua, pero si hacemos la traducción de decir pueblo del arco iris en quechua, esto no coincide, por ejemplo. For example, town or maybe city in quechua, we say Marta and we say Yacta.
Muchas gracias, entendieron todo. They are break, it's no problem. La princesa. ¿Ya? Lo más importante que en esta casa nosotros
呢度啲所有嘅衫都係用百家毛整成嘅喎。
係啦，係講呢種係佢哋印加人嘅傳統啦，劍布嘅織布嘅傳統啦。係講可能最少有5000年講緊嘅係，所以佢哋一直5000年以嚟咧都一直用同一個方式嚟染布同織布啦，係啦。所以你睇到嘅呢度嘅所有嘅顏料啊，衫都係用最傳統嘅植物度變成啦，係咁啦。好，而家我哋影俾你睇啊。
2 years more, we became 4. Who could ask for more? Yes, we had love. Yes, we were complete. We had our little house on Hollis.
You know that all the different clothes that we have from these people, that was an introduction that the Spanish people made by the 1600s, 1620s probably. That was in order to recognize the people or the origin of the people. Like for example, to say these people must be from Chinchero. The same cloth but with another color will be the people from another town. So that will be the kind of the symbol of the town. The Inca people, they were not wearing in that way. They were dressing in another different kind of dresses, in another different costumes. Actually, I have a picture I'm gonna show you later.
Okay.
Like how the people how the Incas used to dress. This is not Inca. It's a traditional dress, but from the colonial time. Even for example, if you are going to compare part of the traditional clothes of the Andes of Peru with the traditional clothes from Spain, they are kind of similar. No? We have to know that the influence of the Spanish culture was so much in all Central America, in all South America, mostly by the native communities. No? So they all, even like the religion, the language, the tradition, even the food, part of the clothes and everything. So nowadays there is no one who can be dressing in the same way as the Incas did.
Because so long ago, right?
Yeah, it's like a more than 400 years ago. No, 400 years, many things were happening. But of course, even when the history is just trying to just say another different thing, but of course we know that we had so much influence of the Spanish people.
Is the Inca language still preserved?
Well, as I told you, the Quechua language is one of the languages that we had by Inca time.
Okay.
The Inca people, the governation class, they were as kind of a monarchy way of governation. So they were not speaking only Quechua, they were speaking Puquina. Puquina was the language that many different towns, including Cusco, no, the ancient name of Cusco, was made in this language. The Quechua is the kind of the language that was made for the population, for the commercial transactions, and also just for the communication. There were many different small groups in all the Andes. All of them were speaking their own languages. And the governation class Inca, the Inca people, they wanted to unify all of these people under one language. That was the Quechua. And that is the language that nowadays we are still speaking. But the kind of the ancient language that the governation class used to speak, this is gone. We only have some kind of a small vocabulary of this language. Like for example, the meaning of this town, the meaning of Cusco City, and also the meaning probably of some small things.
Okay.
Because all of this just this is just gone by the colonial time and also by the Spanish people.
So how long dated the Quechua language could be? How far back dated?
Well, maybe like 600 years, probably 600 or 700 years only. That will be not how old will be the Quechua language. This is what we know with the new investigations, because in the past and also all the information that you are going to get in internet, so they are going to tell you all the time that the Quechua was the ancient language of the Incas and also of the old civilization before the Incas. But this is wrong, because there are many names of mountains, of rivers, towns that supposed to be Quechua. When you are going to make the translation from the Quechua for trying to have some kind of fitting with the names, it doesn't have any sense.
The meaning is gone.
It's gone, yes. And of course, that is the reason why that we know that these people, they were not speaking Quechua. For example, I told you Chinchero. We are now in Chinchero. Chinchero means the town of the rainbow. Rainbow in Quechua is not Chinchero. It's Uichi. Uichi is rainbow in Quechua. And to say town or to say city, we say Marca or we say Llacta. If we would like to say the town of the rainbow in Quechua, it will sound in the next way: Cuichi Marca or Cuichi Llacta. Chinchero doesn't fit in this. So that's why Chinchero is probably a name, the one that was made in the language of the governation class, Puquina. Right? So this is the kind of the new investigation that we got nowadays. And also there is so much information that probably we are going to just make better along the time, because all the information that probably we got before probably was made in the wrong way, in the wrong interpretation. So I have to tell you as well that today we are not going to see any Inca temple. The Incas were not building temples. The Incas were mostly astronomers. They were scientifically people. They were people probably who were mostly trying to have any kind of concept how to develop many different techniques under the science conception in order to produce very good agriculture. It's because what we are depending from. We depend from agriculture in many ways. That is what the Incas were doing at that time. So that's why they were not pretending to correct any problem with the weather, sacrificing or praying to any god. They knew about the problems with the weather. They knew that all of these things should happen in a kind of cycle way. If it happened today, it's going to happen again later. And you have to prepare, or you have to be prepared for this next problem. Probably trying to adapt some seeds to this season, or maybe trying to build some structures for resisting the rain that we are gonna have here in a kind of so much way, and also to resist probably the kind of the wall contentions for trying to prevent the landslides that will be produced by so much rain that we could have here. That's what the Incas knew in that place. They didn't pretend to fix any problem with the weather, with a sacrifice, or with a praying, or maybe with an offering. They needed to be adapted to these problems of weather. That's why I told you that today we are not going to see any temple the Incas were not building any temple. They were mostly having some conception for the scientific way.
Very cool. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much.
一路上蹬住佢，我覺得應該都係蹬住翻嘅。我哋終於到 Moray 啦 ，Moray，好特別啊！呢個 Moray，好特別啊！
So we are going to compare how is, for example, the kind of the progress of the different conditions of the people who are living over here.
好多藝術性啊，即係睇落呢個梯田啊，真係不可思議啊！原來咁加古人啊，佢哋做呢樣嘢啊，真係為咗農業啊，為咗研究唔同嘅品種啊，好似玉米啊，同埋嗰個potato啊，即係嗰個嘅品種啊，係啊，即係佢哋想面講面100米，因為面100米係咪？我哋嘅地方就會唔同啊，土壤都唔一樣，即係就用一片土地嚟嘗試咁 modify， 即係轉modify 嗰個米同埋土豆嘅品種啦，大概有5000種 potato， 所以好不可思議啊！即係以前嘅古人嘅智慧。
1 2 3 好大呢個梯田，好大。
朝早跑咗3公里啊嘛，好舒服，食咗大半嘅早餐啊！
早上我擺咗一個好大嘅烏龍嘅，條命。
我個係乜
用下一塊。
They are going to be formed over the 4,000 meters to the upper.
攰到我攞 cam 嘅角度係向下攞已經。個導遊講咧，我哋而家係食chocolate哦。係啊，好期待啊我，好期待啊！
我都中意食喎。
Probablemente la cañera de Maras, el lugar que vamos a ver después. No se observen en la luz.
我哋到咗啦，呢度係做chocolate嘅地方。
The origin of this place is the mountain because the salty water comes from the mountain. Underground in the area have a rocks of the salt, salty rocks, okay? Near to the salty rocks have the water, fresh water. The fresh water wash the rocks all the time. Mix with the salt and create a salty water after. The Incas building the pools, building the tunnels, and teaching the people. Generation and another generation of the family learn about the process of the salt.
呢個嘅鹽出產去出口去好多國家啦，歐洲好多國家，美國啦、加拿大啦，亞洲係啦，呢個嘅鹽出產
係啦，
出口嘅。
因為我哋去食，係講呢度嘅 potato chips 啦、chocolate 啦，全部都加咗佢哋嘅鹽嘅喎。
Salty chocolate?
Thank you.
好想。
Pasen para más allá para que prueben la
啊，我想買，
Ahí pueden ir probando la
我要食，我要買3包，
3包幾多錢？
唔知啊，幾多咗
3包3包一個價錢啊？3包
？18。
我哋買咗3包chocolate。
Okay, let's go back to the car, please.
哦。喺車度飲酒真係第一次。 飲翻人酒啊！
Levantemos las copitas arriba como
Yo me llamo
ya repitan todos después de mí.
我飲大咗。
Kunam puncha inoka pacha mama chuyan chakusa.
Digital pets. I can't believe I care. What a weird state of affairs.
Bueno, en una forma de anticipación en cuanto a lo que viene a ser la parte informativa de este lugar. Estas cositas de 5 pequeños cuadrantes
依家我哋去緊鹽田啊，睇緊啊！
By fresh water from the rain every year. So in that way, the kind of the fresh water is going to become salt again. And that is what the reason we have the kind of the spring water with the salty water in all of this place. No? So this is something that happened maybe like 180 million years ago, while the mountain range in South America were growing thanks to the heating of the tectonical plates, right? So as I told you, this is considered kind of young mountain range compared with all the mountains in all the world. For example, the Alps and also the mountains in Asia, for example.
第一次睇到鹽田啊，係咯。
唔係講好熱啊，
有風吹。
覺得還好啊。我寧願都唔係曬傷啊。
成個山頭都係鹽田啊！哇！
As long as I'm with you. Yeah, it's been so long, but it feels brand new.
依家咧個導遊咧帶我哋去睇下啲鹽水究竟係由邊度而嚟㗎？鹽水係由呢度嚟嘅喎。
Recordemos nuevamente, we don't know exactly where the salty water comes from. Okay? And if you are going to see, for example, the water here, right, in the sides, in the edge of the spring water,
Right.
you can see salt. The water is moving,
Oh.
right? And when the water is moving, it's going to make some kind of solid salt in the sides. It means that the water here has more salt than the ocean. Because all the salt that we are eating in all the world, this is coming from the ocean.
Right.
The ocean is moving all the time,
Right.
but this is not making some kind of solid salt at the edge. Here you can see.
At least 100 more times, baby. What a beautiful way to spend a life.
不過去翻房山喎，就連佢哋氣都唔知道究竟
點解山水會有鹽嘅成分？
唔係喺房山嘅石區邊度，佢哋都唔知。
哦，來源喺邊度？
源頭喺邊度，佢哋都唔知，係只喺山上過嘅，因為睇啲本質㗎嘛。
Me and you. I want this forever. Can you be my girl? I want
又
you
係
to
一個
know you're my whole
咁高嘅咁高嘅梯。
world.
我哋兩個每一日幾乎每一日咧都行到面青口唇白，
At least 100 more times,
唔
baby.
係講笑。
What a beautiful
即係
way
咧
to spend a life.
，Peru 真係要趁後生嚟啊！肥 K 唔再肥啦，肥 K 變瘦咗啊！
Remember stealing from
啊，上火車啊！
road
上
job
車，
just to have
上車
some
休息下
taco
先。
nights. That's right.
我覺得我 我成個南美嘅 trip 咧，一面聽到我嘅喘氣聲。行到啦，休息下先。依家呢度好幾架車，我都唔知邊一架係我哋㗎。等啲團友翻嚟先。呢個背景幾似我哋喺巴厘島。錯覺，完全係錯覺。我哋咧識得兩位朋友啊，喺 Cuzco， 佢依家帶我哋去食飯，食 guinea pig。我哋兩位朋友咧帶我哋去食咩啊 ？guinea pig。